Hey everybody, welcome to the St. Patrick's Day Profits webinar. It's coming, but first, can you hear me and can you see my screen? Just give me one in the chat box. Let me know where you're located, and we'll just give it a second while a couple of more people trickle in. So we got 111, awesome. Yeah, okay, we got Colorado, UK, nice, very nice. Mexico, hello, my Mexican friend, how you doing? You've been coming on a lot. I love it. I appreciate that. Texas, good to see you. Awesome. We have British Columbia. Brantford, just down the road, just on the 401 again. Nice. Love it. What else we got? Newfoundland. What? Newfoundland? We never get anybody from Newfoundland. That's cool. And who's the furthest away? What do we have? Oh, we got Vietnam. Okay. Right on. Vietnam is definitely the furthest away, I would say. Unless we have an Australian? No. Is that further or closer? No Australians? No? No? Okay. Well, I am going to dive right in here because I got a lot of ground to cover. And so thank you for coming on. I appreciate you taking time out of your day. I know it's a weird time, Monday mornings. I don't know why I did Monday morning. I don't like Monday mornings personally at all. I'm not a morning person, but anyway, my goal for this webinar is pretty simple. So I want to help you profit from St. Patrick's Day 2024. So who's it for? Basically, people who are tired of failing, people who want something new and unique, action takers, people with an internal drive that will not shut off, and basically people that want to profit from St. Patrick's Day 2024. So why St. Patrick's Day? Well, it's the next holiday that we can get ahead of as print-on-demand sellers and even as digital sellers too. All right, so we don't have to pigeonhole ourselves. So how? By following my training and getting support. So if you stay until the end, I do have something special for you, a little bit different than usual. But real quick, why do I do this stuff? Somebody asked me this the other day, and I just told them, like, there's more to life than sitting alone on your computer making money. In fact, it's kind of boring when you do that all day long. So helping others succeed is almost more rewarding to me. That's why I do it. So that's a simple answer. That's why I put together the St. Patrick's Day Challenge and the group coaching program as well. More on that later. Time for the intro. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Who am I? Most of you know me already, but some may not. There's a lot of new people that are watching this now. So that's me, Will. It's pronounced hey to a guy named Merle. Got $5. I live in London, Ontario, Canada. I love helping people with my coaching and courses. I'm the founder of ppc-coach.com and my new site, printondemandcoach.com. I thought that fit a little bit nicer than PPC Coach just because people are like, PPC, what's that mean? And I still get people that are coming to me for pay-per-click coaching. I'm like, well, yes, I do that, but I'm more in the print on demand and digital world at the moment. So I figured it's about time to align my domain with what I actually do. PPC Coach is going nowhere. I'm just adding to my empire. So I've trained over 10,000 people since 2007, started part-time in 2005, full-time in 2007. I'm a veteran in the online advertising world. That picture is actually old because I have more gray hair now than that. But anyway, this picture is really old. So this is big payouts. That's a picture of my first check way back in November 23rd of 2005. So the amount's hard to see, but it's $17,489.53 US, which is over 20,000 Canadian. We didn't have high resolution cameras back then. We didn't have them on our phones. That was generating secured loan leads using Google AdWords and selling them to banks in the United Kingdom. Now I focus on not Facebook ads. I got to update this slide. Google, Pinterest, YouTube, TikTok ads, all that good stuff with the print on demand and digital world. So after that check, I said the weirdest thing to my wife. I have to quit my job to start making money. And you don't hear people saying that too often, but I did. I quit my job. My last shift was December 31st, 2006, and I put it on New Year's Eve on purpose so I would never forget it. And now I've sold over 100,000, sorry, 100,000, a million in physical products and counting. Did it with a lot of different methods on a lot of different platforms. And I'm approaching $1 million for my courses and coaching now too. So I do work in both worlds at the same time. And they always say those who can't do teach, but not this guy. I actually practice what I preach, which is unlike a lot of others out there. Enough fluff though. Let's get into the training. So today, we're going to cover three things: what to sell, how to sell it, and what to do next. So questions, if you have them, post them in the chat box. That's cool. I'll answer them at the end. So number one is what to sell. Well, let's go to Etsy and let's spy for a minute, because even if you don't use Etsy, you can use this place to spy on everything, and it's really, really good. And you're going to see when you go to Etsy, you're going to find a lot of shirts like this coming up, but we're just going to type that in here. Now they're still in Valentine's Day mode too, which is fine. We're actually going to get further ahead of that. So let's go to St. Patrick's Day shirt and see what we come up with. There's sweatshirts too. And we'll just do the all filters, and let's do physical this time. Let's do Star Seller. We could do digital too, and we could actually sell our designs if we wanted. So that gives it that. And then I'm just going to remove the ship to Canada because I don't care about that. And I'm going to remove star from this URL up here and replace that with the word best. And now I've got best sellers of physical items for St. Patrick's Day shirts. And you can see there's a lot that are just plain old designs, like 4-leaf clovers or 3-leaf clovers, 3-leaf. This one here for the shenanigans, most likely to do an Irish exit. And then there's a personalized one with the name. That's kind of cool. Actually, a pretty good idea. There's another one, St. Patrick's Day boozing and cruising. Lucky, I Heart Irish Boys, Adult Daycare Director, aka bartender. Oh, that's more. I don't think that's St. Patrick's Day, but Leprechaun Brewing Company. That's cool. I got two faces, the Irish. Okay. Patty's Irish Pub. I love Irish Boys. So all this stuff, but we can use our little spy tool here and see what's really selling well in the t-shirt world. And you're probably thinking, well, we can't sell t-shirts. I've been told not to. Well, that's not exactly true. You can still sell them. In fact, if you look at, I'm gonna look at this one. If you look at most 1,000 sales here, most of the people who have courses and all that coaching programs, they actually started out selling t-shirts, and then the print on demand world expanded beyond it, and so we all expanded too. But they do still sell, and they sell quite a bit. So here's a shirt: Leprechaun Brewing Company, Lucky Spirits, established 1993. We analyzed the listing. They have I just saw 1,013 sales, but let's go to an adult size. So the price changes. So 1,013 times that is what? Let's see here. Pull up my calculator, which is buried behind another screen. There it is. So 1,013 sales times 20.39, $20,000 revenue. Let's say their margin is like 15%, $3,000 on this one shirt. Profit, that's my estimate of the profit. So 20,000 revenue, 3,000 profit. Yeah, that's decent. I'd take that. Take that in a heartbeat. Do that every year. You're good to go. So that's just a simple Etsy listing, right? And you're like, well, what the hell? What am I going to do? I don't want to sell on Etsy. I want to sell on my own store. Okay, you can. You can sell on Shopify. You can sell on WooCommerce, even better. But I really don't care where you sell anymore. It doesn't matter to me. And I'll go through that in a second. But each one has its benefits and its downside. So there's a really good idea for you on a nice shirt. Better hurry. Yeah, okay. I better hurry. I'll hurry. I'll hurry right up. And then there's other ones too. A whole bunch of them on Etsy. You can use that, or you can go to good old Google and type in St. Patrick's Day shirt, and a whole whack of them come up, along with shirts on Etsy and Amazon and Walmart and all over the place. So you find a whole bunch of these crazy dog shirts. This is an actual store, and I believe they're a Shopify store that has a whole bunch of St. Patrick's Day shirts. I'm just going to scroll down. If you're ever trying to figure out if a store is like what platform they're on, just go to view page source and then just type in Control F, Shopify. Oops. Then you type that in, and if it's got Shopify all over it, it's a Shopify store. That's how you can tell, which is pretty cool. So Crazy Dog t-shirts. Wow, a store selling only t-shirts. Awesome. 14 bucks, 17 bucks. Fit Chase. Actually, that one, this one, Fit Chase, is actually one that you will be selling and I will be selling. So I actually made a design for that because it is a good one. I love day drinking. All of these are just cool looking shirts that you could sell for St. Patrick's Day. It doesn't have to be t-shirts. It could be sweatshirts as well. But don't discount t-shirts. They do work. They work well. The reason that a lot of people say don't sell them is because of the way that they're selling them with paid ads. You can't run paid ads to them and make any real sort of money because the margins aren't there. But if you list them on Etsy, you can do it. You can have Etsy like hopefully sending you sales. But there are other ways too to do it with free traffic on stores of your own, like a Shopify store or a WooCommerce store that people don't really tell you about. So the point is, you can still make money with this quite a bit. There's quite a bit of money available on Shopify, on WooCommerce, on Etsy. selling good old St. Patrick's Day t-shirts, and people do buy these because the funnier they are, basically the better they work. So you might be saying, okay, fine, you got me, I believe you. I'm going to try this year. I'm actually going to sell some t-shirts on whatever platform you want. I got you covered. But then you're thinking, is there any demand? So are people really buying these things? Like, I don't know. How can we find out? Well, I got you covered here too. So let me go drag this over and drag it down a bit, make the screen bigger. So if we go to eRank, which is kind of an Etsy spy tool-ish sort of thing, they can give us keyword volume. So when I type in St. Patrick's Day, I get the following. St. Patrick's Day shirt, average searches in the US, average monthly searches, 10,420. Look at the search trends. So in January, we're at 20,000. It spikes up to 63,000 in February, and then it drops off to 39,000 in March. We're right here, just before the peak of the search trends for people searching for St. Patrick's Day shirts. This is on Etsy. Okay, that's a boatload of searches. That's a ton. 10,420 per month, and actually going up to 63,870. So 63,870 divided by 30 days, 2,129 searches per day divided by 24 hours, 88 searches per hour for St. Patrick's Day shirt on Etsy in February. We are just before February. We're just before the peak. We're just in the right time to do this. So if we have a product, a St. Patrick's Day shirt, we put it on Etsy, there's about to be a ton of demand for that. That's awesome. But it goes beyond Etsy. It's not just Etsy that we're talking about. Like I said, I don't care where you sell it. Doesn't matter to me. Let's go to Google and type the same thing in and look at the results. Got it right here. St. Patrick's Day shirt, 18,100. And look at the little chart. Like, that's in January. Look at what it spikes to. In February, it goes up 49,000. In March, it goes up to 135,000. So the closer you get to St. Patrick's Day, the more people start searching for it. Now, with a print-on-demand product, we got to give them some lead time. But with a digital product, we don't have to. So we can combine a lot of different things here to make a lot of money. There's a boatload of search volume on these terms. Just a ton of people are looking for them because they want to find that funny shirt that they can wear to a party or wear to a bar or wear to a friend's house or wear if they're a teacher, they'll wear it to school if it's appropriate and get a laugh. And that's what people are looking for. They want to entertain their friends and their family with their shirt. So why not provide that service by making some shirts that people will look at, they'll go, oh my God, that's so cool. Where'd you get that? That's exactly what we're talking about here. So the demand is 100% there. And in fact, the demand over the next couple weeks is only going up, and going up big time. So do you like what you see? I hope you're getting even more excited now about St. Patrick's Day. I know it's a little bit different than what we usually do, but that's fine. So let's look at the next part now, which is where people get tripped up a lot, and that is how to sell this. So how to sell, honestly, it's getting harder and harder, and some of these platforms are getting more and more competition, which means you need to make even smarter choices more than ever. So where should you be selling these products to get the best return on your time, energy, and budget? It depends. So this is the thing. There are basically three platforms that you can use as a print-on-demand seller. Let's have a look, see which one fits you best. Okay. So Etsy is option one. Now it's option one, but these aren't ranked in order. The pros of Etsy is it's easy to sell on, easy to set up. It's well known, so you got the trust factor. However, there are some downsides to Etsy. First of all, fees, they're pretty high. I shot a recent video on my channel about how much does it cost to sell on Etsy, and I go through everything in detail. It's a lot more expensive than people think. Suspensions are possible. Etsy is known for suspending a lot of legitimate accounts, and yet they'll let Disney and all that stuff go. I don't get it, but payment reserves, they'll hit you with that, which means they're going to withhold your money before they pay you, which is awful. I don't like that at all. And then the biggest con of Etsy is the lack of sales. So they get you in there saying we've got like 93 million buyers and no problem, you don't have to do any marketing, don't worry about paid ads, we got you covered, we're going to send you buyers and all you have to do is create listings and you're fine. No, that's not actually the way it works. It used to work that way very well, and I'm sure it will get back to that way, but right now they're in a dip and it's taken a long time to get any sales. The other thing is once you get a store on Etsy up and running and doing really well, you're locked in. You can't sell it. You can't transfer it to somebody else. As soon as you go and try and transfer it, Etsy will catch it, and then like when you try and when they change the bank accounts or they see the IP address is always the same, they'll shut it down. So you are locked to Etsy. The worst con of all of Etsy is you're building their brand instead of your own. Etsy's has tried to turn into Amazon, where they just provide everything. They're like the marketplace. So even when you go to your listing on Etsy, your store is not prominent anywhere. And try and find your store on mobile, on your phone. When you're looking at a listing from your store on your phone, try and go to your store on Etsy. It doesn't exist. It's like Etsy's the store now, and we're all just people that are providing listings to Etsy's store and building their brand. And then they'll tell us to go and post on social media and bring even more traffic to Etsy so that people can browse around to all your competition and find something. So really, yeah, I'm a little turned off with Etsy right now, just because they're in a dip and they laid off a bunch of people. But I think they'll be back. It's just going to take some time. So meantime, what else can you do? Well, you can do Shopify. That's totally an option for print on demand and digital as well. No problem there. The pros are it's easy to set up. They do host everything for you, which is nice. You can run paid ads to it, which you can't do that to Etsy. And it's very popular, and you can sell your store. So if you get a store up to a profitable level, you're like, you know what, I just want to sell it, get a big influx of cash, be on my merry way, you can do that. The cons are the rental fees are high. So yes, you're renting your store from Shopify. You don't own it. They own it. You're just renting it. The app fees also can add up real quick to like the point where you're paying 200, 300, 400, 500. There's some guys paying like over $1,000 a month to Shopify for their store with all the apps that they have tied to it. That's not fun. There's also a lack of customization because they're written because they host it all. They don't really want you in there tinkering under the hood, so they don't really want you customizing it as much as you possibly could. It's written in Liquid, programming language that I don't think they invented, but they're using quite heavily. And unless you know some coding and can teach yourself like a second language, it's a little difficult to work with that way. But it is super popular. A lot of people use it, and it does have. I would say Shopify is a little bit better than Etsy in that you have a little bit more flexibility and a little bit more things that you can do. Okay. Finally, we got WooCommerce. So it was funny because somebody messaged me the other day, and they're like, well, where do I go? I'm like, well, you can do Etsy or Shopify or WooCommerce. They're like, what's WooCommerce? I was like, oh crap. So people they don't even know what it is, but it's basically the pros of it are it's 100% customizable because it's open source code. It's built on WordPress, which is great for SEO. It's a plugin for WordPress. You own it 100%. You can run paid ads. You can sell your store. There's no payment reserves. There's no suspension, nothing. And oh, did I mention you can run ads to it, which is nice. Also, the cons, okay, on the downside. And the reason that most people don't know about it, don't use it, even though it is a little bit bigger than Shopify in usage around the world, is you need your own hosting. So you have to have a domain and hosting and all that stuff. And when people see that, they go to Shopify because they're like, I can't learn that. I don't understand it. It is more complex to set up, but on a scale, it goes like Etsy is for, I would rank it like beginner, Shopify is intermediate, WooCommerce is advanced. That's the way it goes. So again, which is best? Again, it just depends on you. So Etsy is a great beginner platform with some limitations. Well, quite a few limitations, honestly. Shopify is a great intermediate platform with some higher costs. And WooCommerce is a great advanced platform with a lot of benefits, but the downside is the hosting that everybody gets tripped up on. So everyone is different. That's why I cover them all. I don't care where you sell your print on demand products or your digital products anymore. So the product and systems that I teach work on all platforms. So that's what we're doing. That's why I cover them all. So no one is left behind. I don't care if you're an Etsy seller, Shopify seller, WooCommerce seller, doesn't matter. Is that fair? I think so. So do you think this will work for you? You know, picking a platform and going for it? Yeah, sure it can. You can pick multiple too. So why do people fail? Well, there's a couple of reasons. What I've seen over the years is first they'll do one test, it fails, and they quit. Then they try to do it all alone, reverse engineering successful sellers because they see a big one, like they'll go to Etsy and there's spy tools and you can find these shirts and you're like, oh, I can do that. That's super simple. And you list yours and it's crickets. You're not getting any sales. Well, if you dig a little bit deeper into that listing on Etsy, you'll see that the shop is actually 5 years old and it's well respected and not respected, well trusted by Etsy on the back end. So Etsy is like, okay, older shops we're going to give preferential treatment to, which they do. I'll fight you on that if you want. New shops, you're not going to be able to compete with old shops. You just can't on Etsy. They're not allowing it. So they do, as you age your shop more and more, they give you more traffic and they respect you more and they give you more sales. That's a fact. So you can't really reverse engineer them because you could make an identical listing and it's not necessarily going to sell because your shop's not old enough. Third, a lot of people follow a lot of outdated methods and a lot of one-hit wonders. Prime example of that is YouTube right now. There are a boatload of Etsy sellers on YouTube that started just before the pandemic, and then of course they made a lot of money because that was prime time for Etsy, and now their sales are dying. So, but they're still on there, and they're still teaching you the methods that worked pre-pandemic, but post-pandemic they don't work anymore. That's where you have to be able to adjust, adapt, and move forward, and that's my specialty. So, anyway, does this sound difficult? Well, it can be, honestly, but it's just like anything, right? So with some help, do you think you could do it? Well, yeah, you know, I don't always see what you did there, but when I do, it's just now. I'm the help. So you've got a lot of training so far. Let's look at the last part of the webinar now, and then we'll let you go. So number 3 is what to do next. So let's get busy. So I've sold a lot of courses over the years. That one was back a couple of years ago. Sold to 1,200 people, I think. I run boot camps. Okay, I do that a lot. Made getting close to like 7 figures with those so far. I have a membership site which has over 200 members so far. I coach people one-on-one for a premium, and I noticed something. There's a lot of information out there. People love YouTube, and even I used like when I was building my shed, I went to YouTube to figure out some of those parts that I needed for the framing and the hinges on the doors and all that stuff, and how to build my doors, and it worked very well. You can learn a lot, and I'm sure you've already tried on your own. You're going to get a ton of information, but we're not building a shed here. It's a little bit more complex. So on your own, explained is you go to YouTube, you search for how to sell print-on-demand products for St. Patrick's Day in 2024. You're going to find a ton of information, one-hit wonders, fakers, outdated methods, differing opinions. So now you have something. It's not the solution, but you have something called information overload, which leads to this thing called analysis paralysis, where you're overanalyzing or overthinking a situation, so a decision or action is never taken. So that means you don't know what to do next. You got so much information, there's no clear path. Plus some info is just wrong. So how do you know what's right or wrong? You don't. So you try it all, or you don't try it, or you don't do anything because you're frozen. And you end up like this: stressed, headache, back to square one. I've seen this time and time again over the years. It's frustrating to watch people go through. It makes me sad. So what's the solution? Well, get some help from somebody who's been there, done that, and has a t-shirt already. So imagine for a second that you want to become a bodybuilder. Now, not all of us do, but who would you want to teach you? This guy or this guy? Of course, right? You'd want Arnold. You want the best, not some wimpy kid. If you had him teaching you, do you think you'd become a pretty good bodybuilder? So I know when I lost 100 pounds in 106 days, I followed a routine and a diet. I didn't lose it all overnight. Now that was 10 years ago. I gained some back. I'm human, but I'm proud to report as of today, I'm down 40 pounds in 54 days. So I'm heading back down again, getting back in shape. And my main motivation is we're heading to Florida in February, and I want to ride the roller coasters. When I went the first time, I could fit on like 2 of them, and there was a couple I couldn't fit on. You know that test seat? It's the most embarrassing thing in the world. Like I'm a tall dude in the first place, but a little bit heavy. So I sat in that test seat and I didn't fit. And I was like, oh, I paid all this money for these tickets. I can't even go on the freaking thing. So now we're going back. And I was like, back in November, I said, okay, I'm going to start. And in November, I'm going to start my diet again. I'm going to lose weight. So to make sure that I can fit on these freaking roller coasters. And I'm on my way. So I should be down 50 by the time we get there. Do you know how I learned my weight routine at the gym? Well, Arnold Schwarzenegger's Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding that I bought when I was 15 is still on the shelf behind me. Do you know how I learned the diet to follow? So, as a friend who is a former Olympian gave me a diet plan to follow, and it works very well. It's like eating calorie deficit and eating every 3 hours. It's not that hard. In fact, I eat steak like 3 or 4 times a week, and I'm still losing weight. So, anyway, without that help, I would never have lost that weight. So without taking action, more importantly, I would never have lost that weight. People see success and they think it was easy, but it's not. So how do you ensure success? Well, you need to do something too. You got to follow a system that works and get some help. So here's a couple that follow my system. Al, I've come across Will since he was still a PPC coach. I tell you, I can't count the number of training materials I've purchased from him. But the thing is, all of it packs value in it, and I always learn a thing or two from his experience and insight. He's definitely a genuine guy, and his no fluff approach gets 2 thumbs up for me. And then Deborah purchased several courses from Will, all virtual goldmine of information and direction. He's always there in the groups to answer any questions, make sure we've got it right, and well, never AWOL, like a ton of other course designers are. And he's always done everything himself, tested, so we know it's going to work. You can trust him. I love that. So someone needs to show you, otherwise, how do you know what to do? I had someone show me, and way back in 2005 even. Without them, I wouldn't have been self-employed since 2007. So it's like anything in life, you learn first from people who know how. So what if there was someone who could help you learn? What if there was some training on this? What if it walked you through every step in detail? And what if it gave you training on how to set up stores on all 3 platforms? You pick the one you want. I've got you covered. What if it gave you designs to use to get started fast? Yeah, throwing those in too. And what if it gives you mock-ups to use? Might as well. You can use those, make those designs look pretty. So would that help you? I think so. So let me ask you a question. Are you enjoying this so far? Do you think this stuff can work for you? Hope you're nodding your head yes. So we've covered what to sell, how to sell, and now covering what to do next. So my question is, do you want to take it to the next level? So introducing the St. Patrick's Day Challenge 2024. So the info and the methods that I've shown today only scratch the surface, not even a dent. So the challenge is all about showing you exactly what to do, watch me over the shoulder, seeing the campaigns, learning my entire thought process step by step. Then I give you designs and mock-ups to run in your own accounts to get you profitable. So what is it though? It's 3 live training sessions. It's group coaching delivered online in the members only forum. So yes, if you're a member of the forums already, you've got this. Okay. So you can exit if you want, but you're already in it. This is coming to you. This is coming up next. And you can go in and register right now for it inside the forums. The complete system with all the methods shown from A to Z. Sound too good to be true? Kind of does, to be honest. But what you're getting is a training, 3 live webinars over the shoulder. You watch me do it, then you apply what I did in your own accounts on your own stores. That's got a $9.97 value. Also, I've got some amazing bonuses for you, but first, are you tired of struggling? So this will fix it permanently. Were you doing things the wrong way? It's not your fault. Maybe you're flying solo. You could use some support. I can fix that if you'll let me. That's what the first bonus is. You do not have to fly solo anymore. That's support via the members only forum. So that's the $9.97 value. The group and the live training sessions are awesome. But let's add that third part to it all, another bonus for you. So I've done this before and it worked pretty well because it got people going, which is bonus number 2. I actually created these designs myself, 10 St. Patrick's Day designs that you can sell right now. They're sitting right here in a folder and they're soon to go up onto a Google Drive where you can grab them right from the membership area. So you can use these, you can sell these, they're yours, sell them, just don't resell them to other sellers. That's all I ask. But you can use them on any print on demand product you want. That's pretty cool. So I'm giving you a massive head start with that. If you only got that, would it be worth it? I think so. So you got the training, the support, 10 designs already done for you. We're at $2,194 in value. What else do you need? Well, mock-ups. You want to make them look pretty. So I'll give you 10 minimum, probably even more actually. I was working on these this morning. So you're going to get mock-ups too. So you got the training, support, 10 designs, minimum 10 mock-ups already done for you. $2,294 in value. And the mock-ups are ones that are different from the standard ones that you get from print-on-demand suppliers in order to make your kind of designs stand out more. So that sounds absurd, right? $2,294 in value. Well, I'm not done yet. So I'm making it irresistible, and I'm going to add one more thing, and that is the group coaching program has been around for 4 years now. So 53 challenges already exist. Each one is 3 hours long, with hour-long training sessions in each. So it's 3 times 53. So I've covered everything from Etsy, Shopify, WooCommerce, print-on-demand, digital, free and paid ads, all different types of methods for marketing. It's all sitting there and it's waiting for you. And I'm going to include that. So let's put a number on that too. So 53 challenges that I've done, 3 sessions per challenge is 159 training sessions. If I put that at $49.99 each for a training session, which is pretty low, that's $7,948.41 in value right there. It's a ton. It's over 4 years worth. So what you're going to get: training, support, 10 mock-ups, 10 designs, 159 previous training sessions. Now we're at $10,242.41 in value. That's crazy. Pretty good? I think so. Took me a long time to put that together, like over 4 years. So you've got two choices. Don't do anything. Okay. Don't take this leap of faith. Go back to doing whatever you're doing before you spend some time with me, or pony up a small amount of money compared to what you'll spend on your own learning systems, going through trial and error, not to mention all the value you're getting. So it's almost decision time. You've got all that. It's a ton of value. It's everything you need to finally profit online. And there are two types of people who come on my webinars. There's Lazy Larry, eating his Cheetos, playing his Wii. And then there's Take Action Ted, who is a fist bump champion. This is what I want: a lot of Take Action Teds. So information alone, it's not going to help you. Taking action on it will. I put together a package today that's going to over deliver on value for you. Want a proven system that works? Want me to teach you how in real time? Want access to 159 previous training sessions? That alone is worth the price. Want me to hand you designs, getting you up and running faster? The only thing I'm not doing is doing it for you. Want some mock-ups too to make your designs pop? Want my help to make this the best St. Patrick's Day run ever? You get all that. It's not like anything you've seen before. Combined value $10,242.41, but I'm not charging that much. Not even close. Not even a fraction of that. The price is $49.99 a month. Now, what the heck am I doing? That's way too cheap. That's it? Yeah, that's it. And you can cancel at any time. So I run a new challenge every single month inside the group coaching program. And there's the URL, ppc-coach.com/SPD. So St. Patrick's Day, right? SPD. Go there now. You can join. You can get started for $49.99 a month. You cancel at any time. You get instant access. This is a limited time offer, though. The doors are not open on the group coaching program all the time anymore. They're actually closed most of the time. I open them up a few times a year. So don't wait on this. I'm accepting more than 40. That's an old slide. If you want some perspective, how expensive is that? Not at all. Like, I basically charge $5,000 for my one-on-one, and this is far less than that. You make a few sales and it's paid for itself. Also, I filled up the tank of gas in my truck yesterday. It cost me $130. That's per week. Now, this is $49.99 per month, way cheaper. Plus, the tank of gas can't make me money. Like, I don't use my gas for business purposes. I don't use my truck for business purposes. $49.99 per month can make me a lot of money. So if all it did was show you full training on every aspect you need to know, give you support, give you designs, give you mock-ups, give you existing training sessions, would that be worth it? I think so. So let's get started. Get in there, order now, instant access. What's the difference between now and later? Well, now you might be struggling. Later you won't be anymore. So get started, $49.99 per month. I know it's peanuts. It's a limited time offer. The doors to the group coaching program will close very soon. And if you go to that page, you'll see a countdown timer on it when they are closing. So some common questions that I get all the time, and then we'll close this off. When does it start? Thursday, January 25th at 11 a.m. The schedule is inside the forums. I am going away for a week, but that's all accounted for too. So when does it end? Mid-February, which is plenty of time to get you up and running nicely, get you ahead of the curve for all those search and all those people that are searching for it. We'll make sure your products are up there, so when they search, they find yours, and they have plenty of time to get them delivered to them too. So what if I don't have an Etsy shop or a Shopify store or a WooCommerce store? Not a problem. I'll walk you through it all. I actually have existing training on Etsy, Shopify, and WooCommerce. How to open them, how to run them, everything. Plus, you get my support. Do I have to run paid ads? Nah, you don't have to, but I would. You can use free methods if you prefer. How long until I see results? Well, really, that depends on how much action you take. You'll see me getting results very quickly. It also, I'm taking into account the fact that some platforms are not working as well as others right now. So if you go with, say, Etsy, you may or may not get quick results. I would lean towards not getting quick results on Etsy. If you go with Shopify or WooCommerce, you're going to get results a lot faster, to be honest. So what experience level do I need? It doesn't matter. You can be brand new or experienced. My group coaching is designed for all skill levels. I assume you know nothing in my training, and the only stupid question is one not asked. Now, what makes this different? No one does what I do. Lots of people copy my stuff, but I use That is motivation to keep putting out new methods, new techniques, new ways to make you more money. What if I'm not techie? You don't need to be. I show you it all, and you can ask questions along the way. What if I'm not a designer? You don't need to be. I'm not. I'll show you how and do it, and how you can do it yourself and how you can outsource it. So I heard you can't make money selling t-shirts online. I just watched this video on YouTube, and the guy said, he yelled at me and he said, don't do it. You can't do it. And he also said, don't ever use Etsy. Well, if you do it wrong, that's correct. If you do it right, that's wrong. So you can. It's not like the t-shirt market disappeared when everybody stopped selling them because a couple YouTubers said don't do it anymore. People still buy them, and they still buy a boatload of them. You saw the search volume for those terms, like 18,000 people a month, going up to like 50, what was it, 93,000? I don't even know. It's a ton. There's a ton of people looking for these things. Just give people what they want. That's how you make money. Don't worry about what people say on YouTube. How is it delivered? Online, 24/7 access. How much budget do I need? Well, this is the thing. You can start small and go bigger later, or start with zero and go with free traffic only if you really prefer. I've got a lot of training on all this stuff, and I'll guide you. You can get started now for that. It's peanuts. I don't usually really run webinars dedicated to my group coaching program, and I don't know why, because it's a really good asset that I have, and I actually enjoy doing it because I'm coming up on 5 years doing it in a row. Still on the fence. Here's two more testimonials. So Troy will always deliver. This is my third time working with him. I learn so much each time around. He always makes the content easy to understand. Always willing to help. Great guy, great value, great expertise. Thank you, Will. I love that one. Mike, I have to say this is the best training I received on the web regarding marketing. Money well spent. Thanks for the great advice. So what you do is you go there, ppc-coach.com/SPD, and you buy now. So thank you. That's it. Join now. The doors are closing soon. When you go to that page, you'll see the countdown timer, which I will bring up here. I'll show you. I'm not joking around here. So let's go to ppc-coach.com/SPD. There you go. As of when I'm saying this, we got 2 days, 12 hours, 21 minutes, and 13 seconds. So all you're going to do is fill in this little registration form, enter your information, hit submit. You'll be taken to the next page where you'll get instructions, and you'll get an email with login instructions. And once you get in there, oh, somebody wanted to see that too. Here's what it looks like. So there's start here. I suggest everybody go through this first. Welcome, rules, subscription, username, sections, how we train you, benefits, table of contents, all that good stuff. And then we also have in here introductions, general. This is the place where you'll be going for the St. Patrick's Day one. Reviews, mindset, success, journals, and then there's all completed challenges, which I have right in here. And we can pick any one we want. Let's go with, say this one, Shopify and print on demand. Read me first. There we go. There's 3 in there that I've done that you can view at any time. Okay, and that's just one of like the 53 that you get. So there's a boatload in here, just tons and tons and tons. Going all the way back to September 2019, which doesn't feel like that long ago. It's kind of weird. But anyway, there's a ton. So Wednesday, basically at midnight, the doors close and the offer's gone. And then Thursday at 11, we do our first training. So get started now, $49.99 per month, getting a ton of value. So if you have any questions, please post them and I will answer them. Otherwise, we're going to close this off. Let's see here. Oh, hey, Michael. Okay, what brand t-shirt to sell? Sweatshirts are Gildan 18,000. Please help me decide. Okay, post that on the forums, my friend. I'll help you. I know you're in there. Valentine's Day designs. Oh, yes, I do need those. I keep forgetting that. You're going to be overworked? Nah, I'm good. Never overworked. If I weren't working, I wouldn't know what to do. What do I do now that I have a shop ready to get sales? Well, you're going to experience it right now for St. Patrick's Day, and you'll see. So it's coming up inside the group coaching program. All right. I know this is a little bit shorter than I usually do, but I do have something I have to take care of, so I do need to run. But I appreciate everybody coming on. Thank you very much. I'll get a replay out as well. And if you haven't joined yet, go join now, ppc-coach.com/SBD. We'll see you in the group coaching program. It's really not much of a commitment monetary wise for you. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with what you get. So we'll see you in there. Have a great day. Thanks, everybody.